What's up, yeet? What's up, y'all? Snoopy East Way back again with another mukbang, and this mukbang is a special collab with none other than my brother, my homeboy out there on the west side, Debo Vibes. That's right, man. We doing this California collab right here, and I got me a banging Snoopy East burger right here and some fries. This is a homemade burger, of course, and we decided to do a California collab, man, just to show love to two California brothers that grew up out there. Him from the Southern California, I'm from Northern California, but I got family in both areas. So we're gonna talk a little bit about growing up in California and all that fun stuff, and my favorite foods, stuff that brings back memory, movies, shows, dating, school, the whole 9 yards. So we're gonna get right into it. All right. So I got a double patty right here with some marbled cheese slices that I let melt. I got some, I think that's a Spanish onion, so I cut them thick. One slice of tomato. I try to make it Big Mac style, but homemade. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you used to get, when everybody had McDonald's and your folks like, nah, you ain't getting no McDonald's, but you can have this right here. You got one of them homemade burgers. That's this, but with my twist on it. Got some fries right here. Got some ketchup, and I made a special sauce to go on the burger too. And then we got the Corona, because you know how we do foodies. You know. All right. Anyway, let's crack that open. And the funny thing about it, yeah, this burger, hold on, this is a stacker, man. You got to be careful with this, man. This is a stiznacker right here. You got to be careful with it because it's trying to lean on me. It's trying to get sideways with me real quick. All right, man. So let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you guys to all make sure that you subscribe, if you haven't already, to my channel, and also to the brother Debo Vibes. All right, cool brother, man. I love that dude. Go over there and show him all that love. I want all of my gang to participate, and head on over there, check out Debo Vibes. Some of you already know him because I see you in the live streams. And share this out to as many people as possible, and let's keep it all the way real. All right, so let's open up this Corona, because this burger, I'm gonna eat it while it's still pretty warm. That's how we do it. The lighter. So, Debo, cheers, brother. I got this big old beer glass right here with some ice, just in case it's getting a little too warm. But this is tasting really good right now. I'll put that off to the side for now, and let's get right into this burger right here. I'm gonna take these rings off, man, because I know there's gonna be sauce running all over the place. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put in a blooper reel somewhere in this video, because it took me like 3 takes to get this right. Damn, I can't even hold this burger, dog. Damn. All right, we're just gonna go in. This is ghetto style right here. You know. Oh. So keep going. Jalapenos in here too. Sriracha mayo, some type of Asian mayo, some Louisiana hot sauce and ketchup, and I mixed it. Made it soft. Got some lettuce on there. Not too much though. And then I blended up like hella garlic and made like this paste. So when the burger was fried on one side and was almost done, I put some of that garlic on there, let it fry, put the cheese on top, turned it over. Now, turned it over, then put the cheese on top. Everything was already pre-seasoned, because you don't want to over-season, and your food will come out salty. All right, so the reason why I chose a classic double cheeseburger and fries is because that's an all-American classic. So is hot dogs, so is pizza. But if I had to choose, it would be a nice, super stacked up banging burger like this with some fries. Look at these my fries. Just like outside in California, you gotta deal with the elements of nature, them little tiny little flies and shit. Anyway, We're gonna get into some movies in a minute, but I'm gonna tell you about my little life journey. These are them Cavendish fries. I fried them in oil and they come out super crispy. I hit a little garlic powder on there, a little seasoned salt, and that's it. Right when you take them out the oil, put them on a napkin on a plate. Paper towel, my bad. Hit them with the seasoning right away. All right. So I'm born Canadian by birth. I do have a couple cool memories here, but which I'm back in Toronto now, but not many because I left here when I was 10 years old, right, to move to the States. Damn, that burger. And I bought these patties. It's Angus beef. I think President's Choice too, and they're extremely delicious. All right. I'm trying to give you all a bite, but it's hard to hold that thing. Yeah, so we get on a plane. We're in California now. Before we hit San Jose, because I'm wearing my SJ hat, we hit East Palo Alto. Woo. Hella hood over there. If anybody knows, we're gonna keep it all the way 100 over here. If anybody knows about East Palo Alto, you already know it's straight hood. My grandmother had sponsored us, so we stayed with her for a while, a good little while too, because I went to school while we were living there. Hey, Debo, this is a good choice, bro, because I haven't had a nice cold beer with a meal and enjoyed it in years. Been a while because I stopped drinking. Excuse me. But yeah, stayed in East Palo Alto for a while, and then we finally moved out to the west side of San Jose a few years after. Bro, I can barely bite this burger. That's how I made this. I'm gonna just use one patty, but it's hella good. So the homie Debo was like, "Hey Snoop, let's do this collab. California Love collab." I'm like, "All right, bet, yo, I'm down." We discussed it or whatever. I said, "Man, I'm finna go all out." So these buns, I ain't getting no $1.99 buns. These buns, a pack of 8 cost about $4. This is the brioche. 14 something for the patties. And then I bought one giant single tomato, but the nice ones, not them regular ones, not the Romas and none of that. I forget what they're called, but the fancy ones. And I'm picky with tomatoes. I don't like them little cheap tomatoes because they got that taste that too earthy for me. And then I got the Spanish onion because it's a bit milder, but it's sweet and they cut thick, right? So I got that. Hey, you know, we got to do it for the homie big, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we do. Pour out a little liquor. But we come from the land of sunshine, palm trees, and crystal blue water. We also come from the land of, excuse me, homelessness, police brutality, and gangbanging. So It's a good mix of both. But if you're out there and you live that life, and or you've been around it, you know exactly what we talk about. So shout out to everybody on all sides, man. I'm in no way promoting any type of negativity. I'm just showing you what it is or what it was. Hey, Debo, we say we was finna, I said I was finna talk, but I'm gonna talk, but this burger's straight slapping right now. Let's try some beer with the ice. I put this in the freezer while I was cooking the burgers, not even half an hour, and then I put it outside in the sun just to thaw a slight bit so I can get that slush. I grabbed the beer and it's already just a notch above room temperature. So I was like, damn, hella hot outside, dog. Hella hot. But we'll try it with the ice. Let's see how it go. Damn, that's good too. It's giving me a lot of head. That's what it's called. Nasty ass. Look, oh shit, look. Bit like that for now. That's a beautiful glass though. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see the Homeboys video because we didn't share our videos out. I've been keeping up to date with brother Garfield's channel because he's been keeping up to date with that fool Polite. Excuse me. And the whole grape case. Man, I go through these little white rice like crazy. All right. So we moved from East Palo Alto, where my grandmother lived. Before we moved, she had some Samoan Crips that lived underneath her, and they were hella cool, man. So shout out to my Samoan Crips. They were hella cool. I'm not gonna get into no more politics that I spoke about on my channel before, about the gang situation, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to bring that up. But it was what it was, and it is what it is. And we finally moved out to the west side of California. Sorry, San Jose, and that was beautiful, man. Those are some of my best times as a youngster because you're still a kid, but you're growing into a young man, I guess you want to say. So you're just barely starting to notice girls. You're super into video games and swimming in the pool and playing football, collecting sports cards, that type of stuff, watching sports, Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Like those days, man. Nintendo, Power Pad, all that stuff, Sega Genesis, not Sega Genesis, sorry, Sega Master System. So on the west side, we live right there. It's like Cupertino, if you want to consider Cupertino. I went to Campbell Middle School and junior high. And if you took a 10-15 minute brisk walk outside the neighborhood, there was a nice big old park. And back in those days, it was a thing for your parents to take you to that park, and be tons of parents and a gang of kids from all over the neighborhood. They'd take a couple blankets, You make sandwiches, chips, dip, whatever. Or if you spent the whole day out there or the weekend out there, you brought a little umbrella tent with a table, blankets to spread still, some chairs, and barbecue it up. And we just go running. You meet up with food, but hey, what's up, fool? You meet some people and shit. You want to play tag? You know what I'm saying? And then you make some friends here and there. Sometimes you get little fights here and there. But that's how it was, man. Take off your shoes and your socks and you're running barefoot through the grass, playing tag. You might bump into a little cutie, whatever. Your parents call you, go back, you eat a little something, whatever. You will go back and play again. Man, those were the days. Summertime in the SJC. It was beautiful, man. But that was the west side. In the place where we live called Meridian Heights. It was dope. You got a Puerto Rican manager, apartment manager, landlord, whatever you call her. And she was hella cool. She was hella close to my family and stuff like that. And they had a massive pool. Probably like 4 apartments down from us had the gate and the pool in there with the shower. A whole bunch of like lounge chairs, you know, those old school. You lay your whole body on it and adjust it up and adjust it down. And have some regular chairs. And we used to go and swim for hours. We used to swim so long, our fingers would get all old and wrinkly. I remember this one time, right? The homeboy, light-skinned brother, man, with green eyes, man. The girls used to trip off dude. Oh boy, man, and he used to break dance too. So he used to wear the knee-long shorts, little tank top. Sometimes he wouldn't wear a top. He had soft, kind of like bronze curls. You know what I'm saying? With his green eyes, and he had like bronze skin color. And he was built because he was older than us. He was a big man compared to us, right? And yo, the girls used to trip off cuz. And then he used to have this big ass ghetto blaster he used to come out with. He used to play all the tunes. He used to have the pool back cracking. Boy, man, we used to love it. And even though I was shy back then, I used to bust out some Michael Jackson and moonwalk. We would break dance. I used to spin all, man, we used to do all kinds of stuff. We had such a good time on the west side. Dude, I'm getting excited right now talking about it. I wish I can go back to those days. If I had a chance to go back to a certain time, it would be those days right there. Because we were kids and trying to be grown up, so we had the best of both worlds. But yeah, he would come out, put the ghetto blaster down, put on some LL Cool J or some Run DMC or whatever, and he'd just jump and his body would just go like way up in the air, dude, and then pencil dive, and he'd dive in the water and just barely make a splash, right? And the girls would be like, ooh, yo, it was dope. It was dope. So we used to try to imitate or whatever, but he was hella cool. It never went to his head. And now looking back to it, he was more like a hood cat. He wasn't like a pretty boy, but he just had that look, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, and he had a little brother, a half brother named Calvin, hella dark, chubbier. But Calvin was a soldier, dude. Me and him were best friends. We were hella tight. So it was him, and I'm not remembering his brother's name right now, man. It's right there at the tip of my tongue where his name is. But Calvin, he was more hood with it. Like he was a grimy little kid, you know what I'm saying? He's the type to, he'll watch your back, and at the same time, he'll snatch another kid's toy up or whatever and be like, yeah, like what, fool? Like that type, right? So we'd be at the pool chilling for hours, man. I remember we would swim so much. His skin, he's dark, right? So his skin would get hella dry. It looked like he even rolled around a flower and shit. And we'd be like, hey, man, you need to go put on some lotion, homie. So his mom would be like, Calvin, get in the house, boy. He'd go run. He'd be like, I'll be back. And you know what I'm saying? I'll be back. And he'd come back too. Like, hey, come back. So he'd dip, and then I guess mom would make him shower or whatever. Like 20 minutes later, he'll come back out and he's going like this. And he smells good, right? I don't know what kind of lotion that was back in the day. He's rubbing on his skin. He's rubbing on his face. It comes out. He had a low cut fade with the little waves. Calvin, boy, that was my dog. Knew him for a grip, man. So yeah, that's what we used to do, man. And we used to catch lizards. And behind our complex, I say house, but it's not. It's a little townhomes, right? Then you got a whole bunch, we're all connected. So it'll be like 4 on this side, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 on that side, and it goes around a circle. Then you got the little island in the middle with a couple trees, and you had the laundromat tucked away back in the corner. And then you hop the fences, another parking lot, you run through there, and then you go across the street, and then you're out in the public, right? But it was so dope because we were like so enclosed. And I'll never forget like the gate, how it looked, the corner gate where we lived. Of course, California's classic for the dead grass and stuff or whatever. We used to catch lizards, man. My brother caught a pregnant lizard. Then they had this cat that had a whole bunch of kittens, and she had them underneath the vent of the laundry room, right? So we would go to laundry back and forth, and you see these little kittens every once in a while, but the mom would like bring them back in, or the mom would go out to hunt to get stuff to bring back for them to eat. And every once in a while you catch 1 or 2 stragglers, right? You try to catch them, but they was fast, man. But they were cute, dude. We wanted them. We wanted the kittens so bad, bro. But they were just like super elusive, man. There's something about California cats, man. They're like, oh no, my brother, you ain't taking no one. But yo, anyway, this is before I went to the South Side. The South Side, that's when it gets back cracking. That's when the gang situation pops off. That's when the hustling pops off. That's when the honeys pop off. Boy, let me tell you, but woo, high school days. We're gonna have to come back with a part 2 to this, Debo. You're gonna have to come with a part 2 to this to talk about high school days. I got stories for these days. But damn, let's pause on that real quick and get back to the young days. This burger look so up, huh? It's so big and sliding all over the place. And you know what, the flavor is there, so I don't care. But yeah. So every summer we kick it, right? And then this white family moves in. One over from Calvin, right? You got Calvin, this Asian family. And then these new white people, right? So we're like, oh man, here we go, man. Like, when you're so accustomed to who is in your circle for so many years, your community becomes your family unit, right? Because my mom was like, I go over there and ask Calvin, ask nicely if you could borrow like 4 tablespoons of sugar or a stick of butter, and tell him when your dad gets home, you'll go back and buy it back or something like that, right? Back and forth. They'll come over and be like, hey man, can we borrow some butter? I got some peanut butter. Can we borrow some oil? We fried some chicken. That type of stuff. That's how the community was back in our day, and it was a beautiful thing, dude, because it was nothing, dude. Nobody held nothing over your head. Nobody looked down on you, nothing that. We were all just loving each other, sharing each other's stuff when we needed it. And then all of us kids were playing tag with each other, and we're good friends. We all went to school. You walk like a couple minutes out to the block. Right around the corner to the left was a KFC, and the bus stop was right there. It would take us to school and drop us off. So they didn't worry, you know what I'm saying? And plus, we were wild. When I say wild, like we weren't no punks, but we weren't no bangers or nothing like that. But we were kids that were down to squabble if we needed to. Like we'd be playing like ball wall, hitting the ball on the wall. Y'all remember that? Hit the ball and it'll bounce and hit the wall, and you can't skip the line or whatever. And you can do skimmers and stuff like that. Y'all remember that? And tether ball. Like we was doing that, but we would bogart it to the point where it's like, listen, everybody's playing fair, but we're playing first because we came out first. We claimed the wall first. So this game is ours. You can play, but you got to get in line. Anybody that stepped out of line and an incident happened that I spoke about this years ago with this German kid that had moved down to the neighborhood, but he didn't live in the circle with us. He lived on the outskirts, but he used to come inside because that's where we kicked it, and there was nothing going on the outside unless you was going to the store and coming back. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a sec. But we was the type, like, listen, man, like if you try to snatch the ball up or get an attitude, whatever, you get socked up. Like you getting socked, that was an everyday thing to get socked up, right? Even if you were playing fight with your friends or whatever. As I got older, I didn't like the horse playing, but younger, yeah, you was squabbling, boy. We didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And we do stuff like steal from the store and run and stuff like that. We didn't do it all the time, but that was just part of being young. You know what I'm saying? It was just part of being young. Yeah, we come outside the house on a hot California day, and me and Calvin go to the store. And Scooter, skinny Mexican cat, he was hella cool too. Yeah, he was Mexican. I'm wondering if he was mixed though. He could have been Mexican and Filipino because he had that look, like he had a little rat tail and shit. But every time he talked, he would always like, not spit, but like, you just always have to go, you know what I'm saying? One of them kids, like always, his mouth was always wet. I used to look at him like, damn, cuz, why your mouth always wet? You know what I'm saying? Calvin elbows always ashy. I'm always thirsty and walking barefoot. Never like to have shoes on. So we both get to the store, go get freezies. I used to always get the nacho cheese and barbecue corn nuts. But peep game, when they came with the chili picante, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all real ones out there know what I'm talking about. Hit the corner store and get them chili picante corn nuts. Whoo, those was the shit right there with a drink. I'm trying to think of what drink I was smashing back then. I was a kid, so I was drinking either grape or orange. Orange was my bump. Yeah, orange was my bump, and then it went to grape. But yeah, orange was my first love. Yeah, get popsicles and chips. And I've always been a spicy lover, so they used to have a Doritos. I don't know if they still have it. Y'all hit me in the comments if they still have it. There was a Doritos called salsa picante. Salsa picante. Do they still have that? I'm gonna Google it when I get a chance. I remember one day, it was either my mom or dad or both of them, because what we would do, real quick, let me just give you a little history. On a Friday, coming home from school was exciting, because in a Caribbean home, slightly modernized in the California vibes, it was still strict because you had to come home. If you didn't have no homework or nothing to do, you was good. Go take a shower or do your chores first. However, they used to have us do it, right? Do your chores, take out the trash, wash the dishes, somebody vacuums, make sure everything is tidy, put your school bag away, put your clothes away, take a shower, put on your, like, you know, your regular house, shorts, t-shirt, or whatever. And then when they were ready, like they would say, okay, they'd bring out the Sega, the Nintendo, or both, and then we'd play whatever we want, and then there'd be chips and dip, and my dad had brought that what is it called again? Salsa picante, I think that's the name of it. Doritos, right? And pour it in a big bowl, and then put a big mat down, and then put the salsa. And I used to dip it, eat that, and that was so good to me. I remember digging through the bag or looking in the bowl, going like this, and looking for the chip that had the most seasoning on it, and then scoop that bitch up, and then put it in my mouth and be like, I'd be like, damn, those are the best days of my life, dude. And then of course we had our Caribbean food, so Mom would make like some curry or roti, or some stewed chicken and rice or whatever, right? The homies would have the soul food going on, American soul food. We had the Caribbean soul food going on. We had the snacks. Then we'd eat. Be like, hey, Mom, we can go play outside. We're not going outside of the complex. That was the thing. That you guys, weekend time is more lenient. You go outside the complex, don't go far, and watch when you cross the street. Be careful. Go to the store and come straight back. Don't go nowhere else. You hear me? Yeah, I get it. Do not go nowhere else. Okay, I got it. We ain't going nowhere else. So if we did leave to go to the store, we'd always have to check in, right? So it was like, before it was like every 10 to 15 minutes you'd have to check in. Y'all remember the check in? But then it got to the point where as you got a little older, we just go to the store and come back, and then be like, Mom, we're here. We're going to the pool. We're like, all right, you guys have fun. Don't worry about it. Especially when we had family over, right? They had their uncles over, their friends, Calvin's family or our family, or they both have family at the same time. They were occupied with drinking, laughing, having a good time, playing reggae music and stuff like that. Hip hop over here. You name it, calypso, all that stuff, right? And we go to the pool and we're just chilling, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the girls start coming around. But then let's go back a bit. So that white family, what was that dude's name, man? His name wasn't Daniel. What the hell was his name? But he had a sister dude with a little bubble butt, and I forget what his name was. Donnie. Oh shit, his name was Donnie. Yo, Donnie and what was his sister's name, bro? But yo, she was a straight snow bunny, dude. Like, she was just white, blonde hair, blue eyes. And at that time, our hormones were racist, right? We weren't racist, dude. We're not on that racist shit. I was never on that racist tip. Like, we just, I don't care if you cute, it's a green light, cuz I'm not worried about none of that, none of those black power movements or the raza movement. Listen, if you was, and I did have a little Mexican honey too, but this is going back like to the original days. Anyway, what was her name, dude? Oh man, yeah, my mom used to tease me about her all the time because she liked me. She told my mom she liked me. Oh man, what was her name? I always said one day I wanted to link up with her just to see how she's doing, right? Oh man, I forget her name, bro. Anyway, so Donnie and his sister and their family moved in, one over from Calvin and them, right? So Calvin was right next door, but then from where we lived, like if I hung over the gate like this, I could see the whole area, right? Calvin he'd have to come out and like fully look this way, but I had the whole view, so I could see when she's going in and out and walking to the laundry room and back and shit. That's in those days. If how I remember it in my head, she used to wear the little short shorts, dude, with like half her cheeks out, and I was just be like, damn, dude, like tripping, bro. Like me and Calvin, we were just like thirsty after that, right? But back then it was all good. There wasn't none of this internet stuff where women were tripping on the dudes or whatever. It was a mutual thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? She thought you were cute. You thought you was cute. So you was squeezing booty. That was the thing. To squeeze the booty and get a kiss. Like that was the most, you know what I'm saying, we would get out of it. But those are the good days, dude, with LL Cool J be playing in the background and you're smelling the barbecue and all you hear is people jumping in and out of the pool. And then the sun would slowly go down and it was cozy, and especially summertime when there was no school. School was out. So I gotta say that the West Side growing up, like 88, 89, 87, 88, 89, because we got out there like 84, like 84, 85, I think 84, but rocking it out, like, you know what I'm saying, like as youngsters enjoying that vibe. And there is a show on Netflix that kind of reminded me of like the East Coast version of that, which was called, man, I'm drawing so many blanks. But anyway, I'm gonna show some movies in a second and then I'm gonna get on my way. But man, but that Donnie was a weird character, man. He was a little weird. Because he was a hood white boy, right? And he was with us. But he would do some random strange stuff like spit all over the place, or he'd talk when he eat. But like, he'd be like, "Hey man, hey, what's up, dog? I mean," like that, and just like mustard and milk stains all on his face. And one time this fool bent over and spread his cheese, fool, and he was like wiggling, and this is laughing. He thought it was a joke. We was like, "Man, hey dude, pull your pants up, homie." Like, yo. I don't know about that, man. In a good way. I don't know. The white kids, man, they be tripping. But yeah, me and Calvin, every so often we get some change. Everybody, you got some change? Oh yeah, we got some change. Or I go get some change or whatever. You can dig in the sofa and find hella change. We just hop, skip, and a jump, skip, connect gang, head on over to the KFC, right there where our bus stop was at, and get the chicken littles. I think they were like, I don't know if they were like 50 cents or 70 cents or whatever they were, but they were cheap and they were bomb. It was like a Hawaiian roll, you know, them little square Hawaiian bread with the nice deep fried little chicken, almost like a chicken nugget, but like the little mini breast with mayo. That's it, on top of a bun. And those were the best things in the world. Then they had like this, what was it? It was like a chocolate pie or a cake or something. Man, if you guys remember what I'm talking about, you'll be like, damn, Snoop, you taking it way back. But yeah, this was a fun collab, man. I think it'd be dope if me, Debo, the homies over there from the man cave, get on a panel, because I know they get on together and talk. We just talk about old school days, sports. I might just, even if it's not like how we're doing for the collab, we just jump on a panel and just hang out with the homies for a little bit. Because Debo's a cool brother, man. Hey, Debo, this is a great idea. He hit me up about 2 weeks ago to do this. So I'm pretty much just fresh coming off a collab with the lovely homegirl, Mandy Eats. So we got something planned for you guys to come. Some more. Think about doing a part 2 and incorporating a couple heavy hitters. But man, so these are the movies that will bring you back to that California love. Boys in the Hood, classic, my joint right here. This movie came out, man, we all was Ice Cube. There was a couple Trays in the hood, but they didn't want to be Trey. Everybody wanted to be Cube. Of course, the classic Friday, right? I have a homeboy named Smokey from the West Side, from the Jungles. little Crip, homeboy of mine. And he knew everything about Eminem and this Smokey right here, all the lines. Every time I see him, he's like, man, what's up? He'd be talking like, I'd be like, man, you stuck in character, cuz. But so we called him Smokey too, right? Smoke low. And then I got all these Fridays, all about the Benjamins. Like tons of fries. I got the whole, like the 3-piece set, and then I have like the 4-in-1 movie thing, because it was only $5 or $10. So I was like, why not? Good to have backup. Of course, I was in LA in Orange County, Catilla Boulevard, man, Catilla Beach, and I almost got hit by a car full of Crips running across the street to Block West to get this movie right here before I moved back to Canada, right? I was watching this in my PS3 at the time. PS2, PS3, one of those. Anyway, this movie right here, one of my favorite all times right here, baby boy. If you know, then you know. All right, and then one I don't really hear nobody talk about, fool. This is one of my favorites. Yo, Debo, hey, put some respect on this one, homie. Look, The Wash. What? Yo, man, it's the people from the Census Bureau. The people from the what? The people from the Census Bureau. Hey, man, don't be putting our names out there like that, homie. The Wash. If you ain't knowing The Wash, man, something wrong with you, man. I feel bad for you. Then also classics. I used to love watching this with my cousins. Just to go spend time with my cousins. Shout out to my cousins Troy, Ryan, man, and Mumtaz, and all the homies over there, man, that used to kick it back in the days, man. That was a movie right there. And of course, another classic movie, The Wood. You know, Inglewood base right here. You know what I'm saying? And then this one right here, a lot of people might not know this one too. This one's pretty dope. Eastsiders. So you got Goldie Look right here from Rolling 20 Crip. You got Trey D right there from Insane Crip. And you got Snoop there from Rolling 20 Crip. This was a pretty dope movie. I loved it. Eastsiders, man. Classic. Another one. Another banger right there. Of course, the legend himself comes with the next flick right here. Boom. Oh, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. Training Day. Man, if you haven't seen Training Day, you haven't lived life. You need to go get you some food, get you a pint of ice cream and a nice cold drink, and snuggle up with your loved one and watch this Training Day. You know this is dope. Last but not least, and I do have more hood movies too, but my arm is getting tired and these lights is making me sweat. So, what y'all know about South Central? Yeah, Deuce here. In your motherfucking ass, cuz. You remember that? Yeah. What y'all know about that South Central though? Deuce here. Yeah, that's a classic movie right there, man. But that's what I got for this amazing collab right here, man. I can't wait to check out the homie, man, the OG legend himself, Debo Vibes. From the time I seen Debo Vibes, I don't even remember how I stumbled across his channel, but we're connected to different YouTubers, so that could be what it was. It could have been recommended or whatever. I clicked play. I don't remember what video it was, but it was dope. I got that instant West Coast feel, that warmness on me, and I was like, man, this brother's dope. So I just downloaded hella videos. I let them play here, but then for work, I'll download them, put them on my phone, right? So I don't burn no gigs and I can watch at my own leisure, right? Anyway, and then I seen him with, I think it's Scrub the Ground. And I was like, oh, is this his little honey or whatever? So I was like, man, I was loving that, man. How they just had the little flirtatious little behavior with it. Hey, Debo, she be looking at you. What? I was just like, man, this is dope. I love that, though. I love that. And like I said, if I can go back with that vibe, that's the vibe that I miss when we were younger, because we had them grown-up vibes, trying to be big, trying to be grown. But those vibes, you know what I'm saying, between a man and a woman or a boy and a girl, whoop to whoop, whatever. Kind of like Love of Basketball. That's another good classic hood movie right there. Love of Basketball. You know, they grow up knowing each other, play around, push each other around, you know, sneak a little kiss or whatever. Then you grow up to be lovers or whatever the deal is, right? But them vibes, cozy, beautiful vibes, man. So, hey, look, I tip my hat to you, Debo, man, for coming up with this amazing collab, man. Shout out to you, brother, man. I pray you nothing but the best in health, happiness. This ain't the last, you know what I'm saying? But we're just going to expand and make this a whole bigger thing, right? Connect gang. But I have fun, man. So shout out to everybody in the live stream, in the premiere, in the chat. Shout out to all my mods, man. Shout out to all my homies, Lucia, Brooklyn, Go Getter, BMK. You know what I'm saying? Who, like, I'm drawing up. There's gonna be a ton of you over there. Gorda, Big Hack. everybody, man. Everybody that, all my angels, all my gang that rock with me, please go over to Debo Vibes, show him some love, man. That brother is amazing at what he does. His craft is, he's got it down like perfect. I love it. Clean with everything he does. He has bomb food. He's funny as hell. And he got the Man Cave Chronicles, I believe is what he calls it. Be over there, big chiefing on a cigar or whatnot. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up, man. It's your boy Snoopy East. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share. Let's push this video out there, man. It's well worth it. Also, too, if you're new coming over from Debo Vibes, welcome to the house. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the gang. All right, with that being said, let's get a quick little cheers and I'm out of here. Man, that Corona is banging. All right, y'all. Foodies and Snoopy East gang, you know. Stay blessed, y'all. Peace.